Hi Pisces. So we are here 2 days after the full moon in Libra, and this full moon is coming in here, Mama Kia, La Luna, and that is calling to this sense of higher judge of Libra, the neutrality, detachment from our personality, from our little problems, right? The emotions that come with it. This season, this moment right now that we're going through with very Neptunian energy, yeah? With Neptune, Jupiter in Pisces, a lot of illusions or secrets can be coming through. We have here the tarot that we'll get into after I talk a bit about the spirit of oracles here. But there was the moon that came through in the major arcana, which has to deal with all of our fears, subconscious, illusions, what we don't see clearly, secrets. And as we're navigating this period of time, Pisces, we need to harness this Queen of Swords energy that came through as well, where truly she's calling you to that full moon that we just passed, which, by the way, there's an effect of this moon for another 2 weeks until we get into the new moon in Taurus, and then full moon in Scorpio, and so on and so on. So truly we need to harness this Queen of Swords that cuts through, that just breaks through the core of truth, of her own clarity that can only come from within here. You have here Teresa de Avila, which is the lady of the life, the internal life, of our interior, what is happening within ourselves. She says here, Pisces, I have faith in the answers that I encounter in my own inner space. I know that the presence of love is real, and that is found within. This love of the divine. The answers come from the wisdom from the divine. Here you have Sophia, goddess of wisdom, but it's the wisdom of the divine. And how can we harness that? Truly is when we become empty of our own self. As we become empty of our own self, presence of the divine is revealed. This revelation, Pisces. And it's that simple, truly. But what is hard is to bathe in that all the time, that it's not an intellectual kind of, I know how this is, or I've listened to so many teachers, or blah, 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 right? At this time, with this a few more days in Aries, we need to harness this fire to actually anchor ourselves in the presence, become this unconditional love of God, of the divine, and in that find the clarity of its wisdom. So this is what we need to continue cutting through. The Queen of Swords here is going to be cutting through all of fears, all of the illusions, of the traumas, of the insecurities, the preoccupations. She cuts, she burns, right? Until there's nothing left. It's truly when there's nothing left that is what we call surrender. This total surrender, which is when we, as a person, with all its problems that are illusory, right, disappear, we get to this core truth of the divine, which is love, which is calmness, which is tranquility. Okay, Pisces. And then we do have here Tekla, the prophet of the true force, the true strength. She's saying here, I harness my power within time and space. I don't depend on anyone. So the power of the light, again, is found here within you, here. As you find the center, which is when you are not there and you just allow this presence that is infinite, you will start feeling the light and the love that comes with that, that is omnipresent and permanent, that is always here. We just get in the way, right? We just are not allowing enough or not open enough to disappear. We are rigid in our own little life, little personality, little problems, little emotions. And I know I'm saying little, but for us it can seem, you know, like the end of the world. Yes, like such depression, such, you know, not wanting to live anymore. But truly, when you get to that point, it is the blessing, because then you have no other choice than to die to yourself and disappear. And truly from there live the light, the love, the truth of why you're here. So now that calls to your own independence. You have here the goddess of Lilith, independence. You're asked to really harness your power to start with this Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Earth here, which has to do with you starting over. Harness this week, Pisces, to truly get clear on what it is that you want and no one else around you, not depending on anyone. And then if there's people that, you know, come around you, that's fine. But you need to know what you need to do for yourself, because if not, you will get carried away in the Neptunian energy and the illusions, and that won't work. You need to truly get into this new chapter. You have the world here that only strives on your truth, on your imagination, Page of Cups here, on what you truly love to do, so that you can get into the Six of Sword here, which is common waters, which is more tranquility, and allow all the possibilities that are going to be offered to you, all those opportunities. You have here the Seven of Cups to actually be realized, that you can, from, okay, maybe Neptunian energy, oh, I don't know where to go. You need to choose always what will bring you more tranquility and simplicity, and what will bring you joy. That's the two components that you need to focus on, to know, to choose from all those opportunities. Okay, where is it that is, what path here is gonna give me more simplicity, more tranquility, more calm in my life and clarity, and what path is gonna give me more joy? What is it that truly feels good in my gut when I'm thinking about it, right? That's the truth. That's your truth. And that is going to come with this auto-reflection here. You have here Judgment. It's karmic cycles that are ending, right, with this world. We're getting into another chapter, but now it's going to be about the opportunities that arise with this Page of Pentacles. And all needs to come from the love within, from whatever you create from that love space, is that heart space is gonna bring abundance. So that you shouldn't worry about that. You need to have faith to live from God, from the divine. And so here there's a calling, there is a judgment that is taking place, and you need to decide the outcome, right? And again, what I'm saying you is when you, the divine you, when you, the personality, has disappeared and the divine takes over, then you're living your truth completely. Okay? And so now here, to finish with the spread, we have the Inanna, which is the queen of the sky and the earth. And you did have here, with another deck, the moon and the earth, the two of them coming through, backed up with compassion, Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. So here, what it is calling to is that she's saying, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept myself the way I am. Okay? So yeah, you are perhaps in part cosmos, right, spiritual, and you're part earth. human, and you accept all of you. You're able to not separate yourself from yourself. You're able to be inclusive and be whole. And as you're doing so, that wholeness brings up from the inside out this compassion, because you have lived all the human experiences, all of the sadness, all of that. But also, you are able to transcend yourself and find the compassion in that, because if you hadn't lived the human life, you wouldn't be able to relate, right? There would be no compassion if you were just in the divine. The divine has gone through all the human experience. But then there is an elevation that we just talked about when we started the reading, where from you become this Libra and higher frequency of Libra energy, where you're able to detach, have space between the human experience and the transcendental experience, right? And so the whole thing is to disappear, to anchor yourself in the divine, so that you can continue living this human experience with compassion. But only when you anchored there can you actually live this life with love, light, and true compassion and true love, right? So let's get into your tarot here. I did have a whisper here. I'm going to tell you one of them. Guilt from the angels. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love. Regardless of what you've done or what you think you failed to do, from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love, so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong, Pisces. Okay, so if there is this latent feeling of guilt, of not forgiving yourself for things or others, all of that is judgment from the mind. The mental space is trying to, the ego is trying to put you down. Again, this is not God, it's not the divine, it's not compassion. So you will only suffer from that limited perspective of the person, of the personality, of the ego, of the you, right? But when you're able to expand your consciousness, like we said, disappear, you can see all through the lens of God. And so there is experiences, but there's no suffering the way that it was before, because you're not so identified. There's that space that has entered your life. So the human is not identified. You're living from presence. So you can experience but live on purpose, not be your own blockage. Okay? So let's see. We have here the 9 of Pentacles, which is beautiful. That's being very independent, like they were talking about, self-employed, being able to really harness the new business. And how? By following what you love. This is a Page of Cups coming in here. Again, so it's a confirmation from the other deck. You find your fulfillment very independently as you harness your gifts and what you love. And you can put it into practice. So whatever inspiration you get from the sky, like we were saying before, you can realize in the earth right now. Yeah, you have the 4 of Wands here, which has to do with coming home. It's also the Union card for Twin Flames. But this is really doing whatever feels creative and home and good to you. She's playing the flute here. There's music for some of you. But there is a foundation, very stable. 4 is a very stable foundation here. It's coming home to yourself. And all is built from the inside out, Pisces. Transformation. You have transformed. This is death and rebirth. This is from, look, this 5 of Wands, which has to do with the ego, the drama, and all of that limited emotional stuff. you are transforming. This is the scorpionic energy, is the phoenix, is Pluto energy, where you rise from the ashes. This is, you have transformed, that you have your growth spiritually has gone to new heights here. It's truly harnessing the nodes that we have collectively here for like another year and a half, where North Node is in Taurus, simplicity, grounding, earth connection. It's also, the Buddha was, Taurus. There's this sense of illumination, awakening, simplification, and that's what we're aiming towards. And we are coming from the scorpionic energy, very emotional, very profoundly drowning into secretive issues, addictions, attachments, and all of that. And so we are rising from that human, very human field to new heights. And we're not letting ourselves be pulled down, right? We're done with that because there's too much suffering. There's a breakthrough that needs to rise. We need to live our dream, right? So really, really potent energy right now that needs to be harnessed, Pisces. What I wanted to also point out is that I was saying all those little issues, emotional issues, they're not little, they are, like I was saying, they can be very depressive, right? It's like truly feeling and seeing all those emotions, feeling like you're dying, you can't breathe. But at the same time, there's a sense of calmness, a sense of space between that feeling and the divine within yourself. And just know that the divine is always here, and that you can have faith and live from faith and not believe all those emotions. And I know that's really hard, because the shift between that and the suffering, deep suffering, and the compassion, love is hard. But if you're able to focus enough and live from that presence, you will see little by little how more distance will be put between that emotional suffering and the truth of your life, which is only joy, beauty, and simplicity, and light, and love. So it's just a matter of no longer being so identified. A lot of cards here. You have the 10 of Swords coming through, which is an ending for new beginning, and the Emperor, number 4, which has to do with being an initiator, entrepreneur, all of that. So you coming into your full power here, Pisces. Yeah, you have the 2 of Wands. This is starting to plan, to look for, and to follow only the light, to have a big perspective. You have here the giraffe, to follow your big visions here, starting to plan and see how you can go forward here. And how? By following your intuition. High Priestess here, don't forget about that. We have here the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. The 2 came together, right? So the 7 of Pentacles is this card of needing to be patient, that you're sowing the seeds for the future right now. And the thing is, the base of it is right now, is the seeds you're putting into the earth. So the seeds are not just your actions, it's your thoughts, it's how you're vibrating within you, your energetic field. And so you need to truly nurture that garden. But yeah, patience is needed. Things will give their fruits, but not just right now. And if it's talking to a soulmate energy here, that too, there is work to be done. There is transformation needed within the relationship, within maybe the other person. But all of this is, there's seeds being put right now for this true love, this true complementary relationship to occur. So that's really beautiful. And that's also within you, finding, like we're talking about, the sky and the earth, the spiritual and the material, this balance, that at the heart of it is love. and getting out of the restless night, right? The 9 of Swords here, getting out of the preoccupation. You have the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Wands here. So yeah, the 7 of Swords, I'm not surprised to see it. It's all of the secrets, what is not said, what is kind of behind the scene. What are you escaping? What are you trying to, where is the denial from yourself, from your life, all of that. But all of those experiences that maybe you've gone through, maybe people stabbing you behind, you know, in the back, or things like that, just things not being clear, manipulation, all of that's, you know, dark stuff. 9 of Wands is saying that you are not giving up. You know, there's been burdens, all of that, but the light is here, the fire is here, there's the star here. And you pulling the mask off of yourself as well as your own self-denial. But also, as you do so within yourself, you will start to see more clearly who is true and who is not, who is wearing a mask and who is really true in your life. So this is beautiful to see. Yeah, and that's as you get into the Queen of Wands. Confident queen, magnetic queen, full of her own power here. Like we saw in the oracle reading, the oracle spread before. Finishing with the 3 of Pentacles, Pisces, that's beautiful. This is teamwork, cooperation, it's people working together, it's true, it's the right people around you. It's no longer this stabbing, this people like that you cannot trust. You continue following your dreams and your own clarity, your own truth within you, and you will be surrounded by the right people here. And that can talk to also a very intimate relationship here. But it's as you transform and follow your truth, Page of Cups, follow what you love and plant the seeds slowly but surely with patience. Start planning with the 2 of Wands. You will be successfully self-employed, Pisces. 9 of Pentacles, and overall we're seeing here 9 of Cups, which is emotionally fulfilled as well. So it's being abundant by yourself and also being joyful, emotionally fulfilled by yourself. And as you do so, you have the right people around you, the right community, maybe the right partner as well. But it's truly this transformation that you're going through. Queen of Cups, the psychic queen that is full of compassion, that is completely full of her own inner space. This focus, internal focus, Pisces. So you get out of this illusion and the subconscious fear, the moon, Neptunian energy, right? You shine the light of the feminine energy of the moon to find the clarity as the Queen of Swords. You become the light, the white light in the darkness, in the night. And you rise, Pisces, okay? So I'm going to finish here with the breakthrough card that came through, as well as dreams. How many beautiful heartfelt wishes have been crushed by fear? How many times has society's voice of disapproval cast a shadow on your dreams? It is time to break free of these false beliefs and realize your dreams. That's talking to the 7 of Swords here, Pisces, those false beliefs. It's now finding the clarity of the divine and following only that, okay? Realize your dreams. Allow your heart to guide you. Trust your inner guidance inside. The time is right. And now here, dreams. This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Yeah, you are transforming. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision and you will draw success to you. Okay, the purity of your vision is the core truth of who you are, divinely guided when you have emptied completely, yeah? All you ever wish for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest. Okay? So it's all happening, Pisces. Just follow this truth within you. Don't give up. And as you transform spiritually, like we started the whole read with, with patience and work, but you know, not overworking yourself, just following through, you're gonna be successful. And when I say successful, it's at all levels. It's not just money, all of that. It's truly successful in leading a life of joy, of love, and of light. Okay. I hope this was helpful, Pisces. I love you. I'll see you very soon. Take care.